back at Industry of Cool. Today I am truly with the coolest girl ever. Like, I am not kidding. Lauren Bouza.
Bouza.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm honored to be here.
You're so cool.
You know, I was like walking today. I was walking my dog, Megan, today. And I was like, I'm so honored to be going on this podcast because now I'm like branded cool. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I'm
so like after
cool.
this, you're really cool.
Yeah.
No, let me tell you, I think now this podcast is cool because you're here.
Thank you.
No, really. I just love that I'm going to give you an example of why I think. Well, first, when we met.
Yeah.
It was like I remember Nicole telling me, Nicole is Lauren's sister, which I love so much too. And she would tell me about you. She was like, you and my sister, like, you guys, because I guess she would talk to me and she would like, you guys, I guess I would remind her of you or whatever.
Definitely.
And I was like, I can't wait to meet her. And when I met you, I was like, oh, wow. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, we definitely clicked.
We did. But I think it's because, first, you're so kind and easygoing. Like, you're just like always there, always kind, always open, always loving, always cool. And then that is like the main thing that makes you the coolest in my book. And then another example is this. This week, like you posted something on your Instagram.
Yeah. What did I post?
It was like an art piece or an art on the wall by Neckface.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, oh, that is so cool. And I'm telling Hector, I'm like, in 2011, like,
yeah, no, like
I went to a gallery there and there were skaters. And then the next picture is something else. And then it's you and Neckface, like best friends. And then it's just like, how do you even get in these situations? Like, you really are into the coolest things. And then, like, me hanging out with you, it was like, oh, we're going to stop by this, like, skate shop. And then, like, we got shirts. And then we're just...
This shirt, I'm like, this graphic was on Euphoria, so we have to get this
I had no idea. And we got it.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm just like, what the heck? You put on people to really cool stuff. And I think you enjoy it.
Yeah.
There are people, I'm going to end with this, that know all this cool stuff and they're like, but I'm going to keep it down low because I don't want anyone knowing that where I'm going or, you know?
No, yeah.
What makes you like that?
I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know. I think I like to share what I think is cool with other people, you know? For example, Neckface. Like, I feel not many people know about him, and if you do know about him, then I'm like, dang, like you're on the same wavelength as me, but also like his style is so eccentric and like street and gritty that if I show it to someone who has fresh eyes, like who's never seen him before and they're into him or think that it's like obscure or strange, then like it just is enticing for me. It's exciting. It's a conversation starter, you know? I've never really been a gatekeeper.
There you go. That's the word.
Yeah.
People gatekeep.
I've never been a gatekeeper.
And you never gatekeep. You want people to see.
I want to share what the cool. I don't have, like, there's enough room at the table for everybody.
Yeah,
you know?
I really agree. And I think sharing is caring.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you, as creators, because you're also a creator, an artist, you know what that feels like. That first of like finding something you like and rewatching it 1,000 times and then revisiting it in your 20s, then your 30s, then your 40s. Well, I'm not 40 yet. Neither are you.
For
30.
sure.
But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think that's special and that's what makes you so nice and cool and kind.
You know, as we're talking about it, I keep hearing in my mind, like, it's also like paying it forward because there was someone who showed me Neckface and there was someone who showed me like Antoine Dixon skate videos and like Supreme skate videos. And in a way, I feel like when I show it to others who are into it, or like when I bring you to a skate shop, or if I brought my coworker to the Supreme opening the other day, like I'm just paying it forward because maybe it'll strike a chord with somebody else. And sometimes that's not even my intention. Like, I think I just subconsciously do it. Like, I think it just subconsciously, like, if I can inspire somebody else to bring them into a new scene, then somebody did it for me, you know? So.
And like, you're changing people's lives. Like, I know people who showed me things, and like, I'm always someone that is like, send me music. Like, I remember since high school or middle school, I would tell people like, can you burn a CD for me? Because I didn't know how to do it, but I really wanted a burned CD with different songs that I didn't know what was coming next. And I think if you're going through a hard time, like let's say different people go through different things, divorce, or their parents are getting divorced, or you're just feeling lonely. I feel like art, music has always been a steady friend.
Yeah.
And then you find out something, and no matter what you're going through, you're like, oh, but I love this song, and your distraction, but it's like a healthy, it's not like you're out there doing drugs and like you're literally consuming art.
Right.
So I do think that's why it's so special. And now paying it forward, I feel like you're in a situation now that your boss sounds like a great person.
Yeah.
That is also teaching you so much.
For sure. Yeah, I think...
you work at an art gallery now.
Yes, I am gallery manager to KDR Gallery in Alapata, Florida, Alapata, Miami. Mm-hmm. And it is arguably one of the coolest up-and-coming galleries in Miami right now in the scene. And I love my job. Every day that I go in there, I'm working on something new and helping other artists like bring forth their ideas for exhibitions. And yeah, my boss, who's the main gallerist, has like impeccable taste and has 15 years of curatorial and like art gallery experience. So
yeah,
she's constantly feeding me new information and just giving me a foundation in the art world and very much a seat at the table where somewhere I didn't really even imagine I would be at. She just kind of was like, come sit next to me,
I love people like that.
And she's like the best person to sit next to at a table. So it's really exciting. Yeah.
I love to see you in this job.
Thanks.
I think it's like the best job I've seen you in, because it just is so much about who you are, which is like art and creations and music.
And like helping others too, which is like,
yeah,
a lot of my background is in mission and volunteer work. So
you've been doing mission work with your sister since
forever.
Girl, I'm so like, what have you not done? Like,
yeah, no, I've lived
you're
many
incredible.
lives. Thank you.
You really have. And have you always been like this? Like middle school, high school Lauren, who was she? And what is similar to those two girls?
Yeah. My mom always to this day calls me like a chameleon. She mainly started calling me that because of my hair color choices at some point in my life. Like I was just changing my hair literally every 2 weeks. So she's like, you're such a chameleon. But that really stuck with me because I think that's very much who I've been since a little girl. Like when I was younger, I used to imagine myself like being a pop star and singing and dancing and like kind of being this, for lack of a better word, like influencer persona. Like I always had that imagination for myself, this image of myself being on a stage and creating,
Yeah.
And I don't know why I had that as such a young kid, but now it makes sense because I'm out, not that I'm like a pop star, but
yes,
I'm out here like
putting outfits together.
Yeah, like taking different roles in my life. Like at some point I was in a band and I was touring and playing music, and then I was like,
wait, what?
Yeah. I know. And every time I say it, somebody's like, what do you mean you're in a band?
I would love to be in a girl band. I always wanted to be in the band ever since I saw that Lindsay Lohan movie, Freaky Friday.
That was such a good film.
I was like, oh, that's it. I wanna go. No, I don't wanna go.
They're making a second one.
Yeah, it's coming out this year. Freakier Friday. I hope it's good.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the first one's just.
It's not gonna be better.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, skateboarding, traveling the world. Like,
I feel like you're every woman.
There's
like
so
that
many
song.
Yeah.
By Whitney Houston and Shaka Khan. I'm every woman.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely like that meme that's like, get you a girl who can do both. Like that is really me, 1,000%.
I think that's the best.
I used to work at Andrew's Skate Shop, shameless plug, and
shout out
Andrew's Skate Shop and KDR like at the same time earlier last year. And
that's right, yeah.
Like Tuesday through Thursday, I would do fit checks in the gallery, like with slacks and a top and like a cute top, and then Friday to Sunday would be like fit checks in like Vans and baggy jeans.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And like, yeah.
But that's, I think, okay. How have you worked in the integrity part? Because I feel like I went through the same period. I also performed for my whole family. I was like Britney Spears in Colombia. Like I would put all my teddy bears in line. I was like, and then I would go to work. No. And how do you, it's like, I feel like my journey to finding who I am in all those things, especially acting, it's like, okay, who am I? You have to go through like a deep soul search of all of that. How do you arrive? Because now you do all those things. You could have pink hair tomorrow, but you're still your essence.
Correct.
How do you get to that? How did you find that?
I mean, you know, I believe we're always kind of shedding layers of things that don't serve us. And so through all my ebbs and flows, I've like let go of certain, even just like belief systems about myself that don't serve me anymore. And then sometimes that's even like letting go of a certain scene, or like I don't skateboard anymore. I still love skateboarding. It's done a lot for me, but I mean, I don't identify as a
I'm a skater girl.
You know what I mean?
Like Lords of Dogtown.
Yeah, or like same thing with music. Like I don't play music anymore, but I love it. I adore it. So I think even though I don't engage with certain things from my past, I take with me what drew me to them in the first place, you know? And like, I think I come back to a lot of like community, like skateboarding was always like community and videography, cinematography, photography, like visual aspects. And
which you also a photographer. We haven't even said that.
Yeah, that's like my main,
that's your main,
that's my main
art
love. Thing that I do. So to answer the question about integrity, I think like always kind of checking in with myself and being like, does this align with me? And if it doesn't, then I kind of let go of it gracefully, you know? And I also feel when it comes to style and the way that I present myself, it's always like where I'm at in that moment in my life. And I try to like dress accordingly, accessorize accordingly, speak accordingly, you know? Right now I feel the most me I've ever been.
Okay, so right now you feel like you're at your essence. You're like you are at your best. And what helps you feel that way? What you wear?
Definitely what I wear. Honoring schedule, I think, is big for me. Like if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Recently I've been on like a sobriety journey, so it's celebrated like 5 months sober from alcohol and nicotine, which has been huge for me. Yeah,
that's
thanks.
Huge.
And even though when I was engaging in those things, like I've always been just Lauren, but I think I feel so much more clear-headed and like mature in a sense when I can like let go of those activities that were really kind of like holding me back. They were just like addictions, you know?
Distractions.
Yeah, distractions, foggy, like being out late when I really didn't have to. And like, I think a lot of going out and partying a lot last year was just I was trying to avoid like my biggest responsibility, which was like sitting down with my photography and being like, okay, where are we gonna go? Like,
well, I just saw you're finishing your website.
Oh my gosh, thanks. Yeah,
I don't know if I was able to say that.
That's fine. Yeah,
I didn't even ask you if there's something we shouldn't talk about.
Oh my gosh, know what? Let's launch the website right now.
Okay, good.
I kind of wanted it to align that way.
Okay, good. Actually, I wanted you to ask me, like, so can you please tell me more about that?
Yeah, totally. So I published a website like an hour and a half ago.
Oh, it's already out?
Yeah, it's out. Oh. Yeah, laurenboza.com.
Yeah, go check it out.
Yes, so it's just my website in portfolio form that's aside from Instagram, right? And it's just a more professional platform for me to showcase projects that I've done, starting from 2016. Like,
wow,
one of the first times I picked up a camera in Cuba, and then all the way up until like present day, just things that I'm looking at in 2025. Kind of 10 years, almost 10 years of my work.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
How hard was it putting together that website for you?
You know, I think it was more like a mental challenge than the physical, like to sit down on a computer for hours and cull through things and put them together like in a certain format, creative format is not the hardest part for me. It was like committing to doing it, like the voice in my head that was like, oh, but you've tried so many times to put out a website, like what's real, were you really like, gonna do it this time? Like how many years have you told people, yeah I'm gonna put out a portfolio, I'll send it to you when it's done, and you like never did it. So it's pushing through those thoughts.
Intrusive thoughts.
Sounds negative, but yeah, that's it. That's just the reality.
I go through that too every day.
That's the reality of this kind of intrusive thought that I've let overrun me for years. And so, yeah, I just sat with it for like day in and day out and was like, no, I'm going to finish this. And
I kept hearing like with intrusive thoughts, like they come in and you hear them. I've been trying to practice that lately too, because they come in different forms too, and not just creatively, just in anything. And I just hug them and say, okay, thank you for coming by. And let them go.
Yeah.
Because if not, they'll eat you up.
Yeah.
And then you'll never do anything.
And they'll keep you stagnant.
And I feel like you're such an incredible creative that your work needs to be out there.
Yeah, I think.
And it's out there today.
Yeah, it is. I know. It's a little. I mean, it's not scary. It's like.
But it's like your baby.
It's a bit
like,
vulnerable, yeah.
Yes, there you go.
But art is vulnerable. And I think it took me a while to realize that, you know? Like, I'm like, why am I not printing my work? Like, why am I not taking it seriously? Like, yeah, because it's vulnerable. Like, it's not for the faint of heart. It's not for everybody, you know? And it's a calling. And I had to, like, really come to terms with that.
I literally have been in that whole thing of, like... Wait, what? I forgot. My brain is wild.
I'm like, wait, you forgot I did too.
All the time now. Like, I literally was gonna say it's gone.
Well, if you forgot, I forgot.
Whatever. Cheers.
Cheers with coconut water.
Oh yes,
Vita
her
Coco
favorite.
should sponsor us. Sponsor me. I'm like, this is my podcast.
This is her podcast now, and she's going to see her for the rest of the season. Well, you're welcome, actually. Anyway, what has been your lowest point that you think in your life?
Oh, man.
Where you did not feel cool or feel like your best self?
Oof. Probably like college, because that's when I realized I had like a gnarly codependency issue where I like realized, wait, let me just disclaimer. With Valeria, I get really deep. Like, so, and you know, with most people I do, like, I'm not shy to talk about these types of topics. So
yeah,
if this ain't your jam, you could just sign off.
Bye.
No, I'm kidding.
No.
But codependency is a big thing for me that I'm still working on and still digesting and uncovering all the layers about it. But I think college, I was like going through 3 years of making decisions based off of like what others thought about me, and like really wanting to fit in and really wanting to be loved by certain people, that it led me down just people, places, and things that were never really meant for me. I think that God kind of extracted from my life eventually when I was ready to let it go. But just like a lot of smoking and partying and going out, you know, in these years of like my early 20s, and just never feeling good enough. Yeah. And that's when I really started to create a lot. Like when I was studying photography, studying art history, when all this started to like come into my life. And so I look back at it now, no wonder I never put my work out there, because I was always in this like mental spell of not feeling good enough,
so cloudy.
You know? And that kind of trickled into my adulthood and like has made me have to sit down and work on it, you know, and have to like not believe these things about myself when it comes to wanting to fit in or you know, create and make sure it's good enough and is it perfect. But I was in that for a bit. I think college was hard for me. I feel like
when I see you, I see a mirror. I just always have felt that. And I think because our friendship started on vulnerability, on transparency. Yeah. So I think that's why I always, it's like listening to you, I completely relate. And it's really hard to get out of certain cycles, especially with codependency. Yeah. Because I feel like codependency is such a little sucker. Like it is. You don't even see it coming. And then you're like, oh my God.
But once you see it, then you start to see it everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. You're like, oh, I've been doing like, and then it might feel like a fraud, like kind of like, dang, like I've been pleasing everyone, but like,
Yeah.
who am I, and like, what do I actually like, and how did you start navigating that? Because I feel like it's a work in that we are always going to work on.
Always, definitely. I think like how I started to have grace with it was when I realized the patterns in my family, and I was like, wait, I just was raised in like a codependent household, and like most people are,
Same
you know?
here, yeah.
And I adore my family. We're all so close. My parents are still together, which I'm like really grateful for.
And your parents are incredible.
Yeah, they're
I
so
love
funny.
them. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're the best. You should interview them.
Oh my god, yes, I would love to.
They're the reason why I'm cool.
Yeah, it's seriously. I mean, your dad, like your mom. I mean, I can.
So I think when I just recognized, like my parents did their best, you know, and I just had to make sure that I don't bring that into like my future family or whatever the case is when it comes to codependency.
I wonder if loving so hard is so close to codependency. Like the line between those two things it's so thin that it blurs out. Sometimes you love so tightly. Like I can't ever complain about love in my family.
Yeah.
They just love so hard.
Yeah.
And sometimes because it's so hard, then as an adult you realize certain little patterns.
Smothering. Yeah.
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 Little.
Or like the opposite, you know. I think my mom was definitely like the overbearing, like loving one, and then my father, although he loves us dearly, he was almost like hard to please.
Yeah.
You know, very like hard to impress. And I think as a kid, I adopted this mentality of like, why am I not good enough? You know, and then it was like codependent because I was like trying every day to like get my dad's attention. And my father's incredible. I love him. He's like my best friend.
Yeah.
But it was hard growing up, you know. But at the same time, we have a great family dynamic and great household.
And I think now seeing those things and working through those things, I think it's what's powerful because it is what made you kind of who you are.
100%.
And so looking back, do you have any regrets on things you went through, things you did?
No.
Looking at your life now, you know what I mean? Because that's what makes it what helps you answer that, because now you look at your life now and you're like, okay, what is something back in the day that I could have done different or whatever?
No, I mean, I think like I wish I didn't like abandon self as much as I haven't when I was younger, you know, like I wish I was able to like tune in more to like those gut feelings that I had.
Do you sometimes go through that? Because I go through that. Like I look back and I look at myself in a situation, I was like, I should have never allowed that person to treat me that way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I try to, you know, I try to make peace with like my inner child, right? Like
that's it.
Yeah, I try to like talk to her and look at her and be like, what do you need? Ask myself what I need. I think that's the only regret I have, but everything I've done, all the Laurens I've taken, like all the forms I've taken from then until now, I love all of them. I love every single phase of me.
I love to. Yeah, me too.
I've always been.
I love to. I didn't know what to say. I was like, I love you. I love you so much.
I love to. I love that.
I smell like my grandma's food. I went to drop off Isabella. And that
I'm
smell, but it's the
here.
best. I know. I can't wait. We have to plan something so you see
She's
her
so
and
big.
hang out. Time flies. Wait, sorry. I was gonna ask you, who is the most influential in style right now? Like for you, the person that you look at and you're like, dang, I like those earrings, or I love the way they carry themselves, and I just, you know.
Well, like Chloe Savigny,
Who's
the actress.
That? Wait,
you know her.
That?
You know exactly.
I have to know her.
About.
She sounds familiar.
She's just like she's my.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello,
kids.
Oh, sorry, I blanked out.
She's like the only woman I've seen. Don't quote me, but the only woman I've seen that's been put on like a Supreme FA board.
Wait, what about K Moss?
Oh, well, I don't know if she went on a board. She went on a T-shirt.
I saw her on a board. I think.
Okay, then maybe she also got put on a board.
But I think Chloe. But I don't know.
Chloe's like a baby.
She's iconic.
Photo, like high school photo was on it. And when I used to work at Andrew, I was like, I'm gonna end up on a board. Like I'm gonna end up on a skateboard.
Maybe it can happen. You know people at Andrew. Like I'll get Lauren on a board.
Make one.
Yes.
And put it in my room. But she's always been style inspo for me. I think she has impeccable style. And then there's a influencer that I follow. Her name is I think Lindsay Vikronik. She's a model and a crocheter. Like she also has like a crochet company. Her style is super cool. Like she makes like plaid and stripes look good together, or like a neon, you know, like a random neon accent that just looks really good on her. Always has a slick back bun, bleached eyebrows. Like
yes.
But she's beautiful. So
you're beautiful.
Thank you.
So you love beautiful people.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you noticed that? Beautiful people love beautiful people.
Well, I'll be like, oh my God, that girl's so cute. And my sister's like, she looks just like you.
Literally.
Like,
well, today I told you that Heath Ledger's and Michelle Williams' daughter, stunning. She's beautiful. Looks just like you. I was like, Hector, what do you think? And he's like, oh yeah, Lauren.
Valeria texted me. She's like, who does this look like? I'm like,
is this a true question?
Me? Question mark. Like, is that conceited of me if I think that this
not at all
super cute girl looks like me?
Not at all.
Yeah, she's a new doppelganger for me, I guess.
No, 100%. You have to send it to Nicole because she's gonna be like her jaw is gonna drop. Because her jaw is gonna drop.
My everyday doppelganger is like Scarlett Johansson.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah, that I've like really leaned into that. Every like once every 2 weeks she'll end up on my story.
Really?
Yeah, like I'll just put her on my story and people are like, you. I'm like, yes,
thank you.
I'm like, still got it.
When you're having like a bad day, you just put like someone that looks like you.
Scarlett Johansson. Someone's like, literally your twin. I'm like, literally the best compliment. Thank you. Just had the worst day,
but I did.
Like now my day is so much better. No, she's great.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Ooh. I don't really know if I have one right now. Celebrity crush, man, it's Timothy Chalamet.
That was quick. Like I don't think I have Timothy.
It's Timothy Chalamet.
Did you see Adam Sandler say?
Oh yeah. Adam Sandler.
I love doing that. I don't know how to do it, but I love doing it.
Also, Marcelo Hernandez. Come on, like come on.
Really?
Yes. Okay. Fun fact: Marcelo Hernandez and I were actually in the same friend group in high school, like sophomore year. Hung out with him once, maybe twice.
So this could happen.
So
this could happen. Marcelo, if you remember Lauren, what are you doing?
What's up? No, yeah. He's so great. And
Hit me up.
I just think that is such a nod to like Miami, you know?
Yeah, I
know.
know.
To see that on SNL is so done really well. Like he does it so good.
I saw him. Well, first I saw him and his mom in like a red carpet interview. Cute. His mom is so adorable. Like I feel like your mom and her mom and his mom would get along.
Probably.
So Marcelo, please. No, I'm kidding. So desperate. But she's fabulous. And but I saw him at the Sabrina Carpenter thing doing his character.
Gosh, yeah.
So I see
good.
why you
No, just so good. So
yeah.
good.
Is there anything else you want to say, something personal? Because we are about to get into your movie. And that's a very
no, I think that's about it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if something comes out, you're still welcome, just because we're going to our next segment.
Nice. I love segments.
So this next movie, this is the first rated R film that we do in Industry of Cool.
Sorry.
No, it's an incredible film. It's called Candy with Heath Ledger and Abbie Cornish. Yeah. From 2006, if I'm not wrong.
Man.
Lauren picked it. So why did you pick that movie?
Why did I pick this film? Because one, Heath Ledger is just like probably one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
Every film that he does, I love.
2006. Anyway.
2006. I picked this film because you asked me what my favorite film is, and I was like running through scenes in my mind. Because I'm very much like, I guess I do have a photographic memory when it comes to stills. You know what I mean? Like film stills, photography, photographs that I've seen. And I just thought that like, wow, I haven't seen Candy in so long. The plot is extremely heavy, but it's a beautiful film. Like the way that it's shot, it's like almost kind of low budget and grainy, and I just love it. I hadn't seen it in a while. Now I saw it like after I texted it to you.
Yeah, I saw it last night, and I felt so ill right after, like, but in a good way. Like the impact that film can have on someone, especially, well, watching it now as a mom, is insane.
I'm sure it's rough.
And I watched this in high school, and I remember Eric Gill, shout out my friend from high school for theater, will just like blur out the script, like the lines, like we'll be like, first of all, you don't know what you're talking about. Second of all, but like just like in the middle of like lunch.
How funny!
Because we just love that film. We still do. But I read an article about this film yesterday.
Oh, really?
It was so well written.
Ooh, send it to me.
Yes, it's from filmxfashion.com.
Okay,
and they explain so many. So this film has a lot of different things like drugs, sex, abuse, overdose, miscarriage. I mean, it literally has everything in a film, and it's not like your typical drug.
Just love. It's a love story.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it starts with a love story, and it's not like Trainspotting. Have you watched Trainspotting and like Requiem for a Dream, where it's like a fast-paced, colors are the same, quick. This is like a slow burn.
Exactly.
And that's why it burns so much.
Exactly.
I realized that this relationship starts in drugs.
Yes.
Just in a different form. And I feel like any relationship that starts in that world doesn't end well.
No.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Right.
I went through it. So, do you remember that scene when she says, I want to try your way this time?
Yeah, it's like within the first 10 minutes of the film, right?
Yeah.
It's like an opening scene.
Yeah. Did you notice that when she tries it for the first time, she's in a bathtub in the water and he's outside holding her? Yeah. That is like a symbolism, I think, of like a baptism into what's going to be her new god, which is drugs. He's like introducing her to like what is going to be her doctrine, which is like they're going to base everything. They're going to get lost in that, in the drugs, in the that's going to dictate their whole entire relationship, their whole entire day, like their jobs, everything. Then there's another symbolism in their wedding day. They're wearing black as a foreshadowing of like it's a funeral, because what's to come, it's hell.
Wow. I didn't even realize they were wearing black on their wedding day.
They're wearing black on their wedding day.
That seems so cute though when they
when they're at McDonald's and they're like, we're the coolest people here.
I love it.
I just love their hope of always thinking they can stop.
Yeah, I like their hope of them being together too. You know, like it's like an unspoken thing that they're just gonna end, like they're just gonna stay together.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I think the artistic part of the colors is something that I've pictured you loving. I'm having like a photographic memory of like, let's say him in the middle of the living room with all the walls. Oh my gosh.
That's like my favorite part.
That is wild.
Love it. It's so beautiful.
That is so pleasing to the eye that you're like, I want that on my Pinterest board.
Yeah. But I want to like do that to my room. Yeah. Like Nicole's gonna come home to our apartment and be like, are you okay?
Are you okay? You're having a nervous breakdown?
Are you good?
She's gonna be worried. Candy, are you here?
No, beautiful though. Yeah.
The colors. So she's such an artist. I also read that she paints with yellows and greens and orange. You see that in the beginning where she like does their drawing about each other.
Yeah.
And then it turns into, towards the end, you notice that their clothing starts changing. Maybe because they also go homeless. So they don't have a lot to wear, but it's all blacks and blues and grays.
Wow. Yeah.
And when she has a nervous breakdown and she's in the hospital and he goes to visit her, what does she tell him? Everything's turning blue.
Okay.
I'm done. You picked a great film.
Wow.
You picked truly.
Now I'm like, I have to rewatch it.
Yes.
Like re-stomach it again.
I might have to rewatch it with Hector because yesterday he was in a UFC thing and I was at my house and I was like, this is a film that is heavy.
Yeah, it's super heavy. It's beautiful though.
But you have to watch it.
Yeah, I watched it when in like 7th grade, I think.
That's crazy.
Shout out to Rebecca de la Sota, who put me on to like Radiohead, Incubus. Like, she is probably definitely one of the reasons why I'm super cool also. I'm gonna send her this if you publish it.
Yeah.
Like,
no, we are.
Yeah, she put me on to Candy, and we watched it in her room. Yeah, and then I hadn't seen it since, so I watched it a couple weeks ago when I texted you.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, the Romeo and Juliet film.
I've never watched it.
Oof.
I know,
Girl.
right? I started it the other day, but I don't know what I was doing.
It's kind of like that, like low budget.
Yes,
almost
like
can be shot on like a
rusty.
Super 8 type of vibe. Like, yeah, it's just also about love and like violence and stuff.
It's so messy.
Yeah.
It's so messy, the whole thing. I feel like they really did love each other, but they love the drugs more, which tends to happen.
Yeah.
I do think it has one of the most heartbreaking scenes I've ever seen in cinema. And I've always thought that since I watched it in high school, where like I remember going on YouTube and searching this scene up because I was like, I need to study this. When she goes to visit him and she has been rehabilitated and she left and she's like ready to, she thinks she's going to go back to him and they're going to be good because they always talked about like, we could stop.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll be together, maybe not, whatever. She goes back to this man and he says there's no going back. And he kind of talks about the needle. Like, he's like, you remember how thin it was or something like that.
Yeah.
And you see the departure of her choosing to get better. And I think a big reason she got better truly is because her family was there. Yes, she had her complicated relationship with her mom,
right?
But she loved her dad. That was his little princess. And I think that's what helped me. Like, my family was always there.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what I was going through, they were like, you need to get up and you need to figure it out, or we're here for you. We love you.
Right.
And Dan didn't have that. The only father figure he had was Casper, and he dies.
I know, and Casper dies, of overdose, which is crazy.
And the craziest part, I feel like this film is too much.
There's so many layers to it, yeah.
Casper tells him, promise me you'll stop before I do. Remember? When he relapses again.
Yeah.
But Casper dies.
I know.
Which means he never stopped. And he's not planning on stopping. Because I think that's probably very traumatic. He has nothing around him now.
It's an interesting perspective that you take from that scene in the restaurant, like when she comes to visit him after being rehabilitated. Because I was finishing it with Nicole the other day with my sister. And her and I were talking about how Candy is like ready to dive back into life
drugs.
With Dan, right? That's his name, Dan.
Yeah.
She's ready to dive back into it, and he's kind of like, no, like putting the boundary up. So I like read it as he's so aware of like what could happen if they come together again as one. And he was kind of like the reason why they didn't reinitiate their relationship or like their relationship with drugs together. And like she kind of turned away. But yeah.
I agree. And I think deeper than that is her father. And what her father said to him at the hospital when he hugged him, said everything wrong that you can do or something like that, everything she needs. Like, I didn't even understand what he said.
I know, what he said was quite confusing.
But then I think what is also different in this movie about drug abuse and about the struggle of addiction is that he was good at heart. He wasn't abusive. He wasn't
he
hateful.
loved her so much.
He loved her so much that he listened to the father. Like, the importance of the father's voice in this film is huge, because when she tells, for example, 3 points, when her mom notices like, oh, you're doing stuff with him, like you guys are getting lost, she says, this will kill your father. And they go to McDonald's and the first thing she says is, you think we can stop, right? Because that stayed, even though it bothered her, it stayed because to her father was very important.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then same thing happened with him at the end when his father was a very collected, strong man. But when he said something, these two souls that were lost, they listened.
Right.
And I think that's what kept Dan from ruining Candy's life because he thought he was doing that.
Yeah.
But also another thing I wanted to talk about how they showed in this film. Oh, okay. Another thing I noticed was I think what truly was the last strike for them, like the last thing that completely just broke them, was losing their baby.
Oh my gosh, that scene is
horrible.
So rough. I mean, I completely forgot what it visually looked like after the miscarriage. It was just like, so it's such a striking scene.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
And the first thing that the doctor tells Dan is there's no going back. And the last thing he tells Candy at the end is there's no going back.
Right.
And she writes it on the there's no going back. I think that right there just shows you that the baby came to kind of like, I don't know what purpose, but after that there was no going back for them. There was no more like she became a prostitute for him, like for the drugs. It wasn't just for him. Like that's something she decided to do on her own. But
had she not done that prior to the miscarriage? I thought she also was becoming.
Yeah, she was in a like I guess more leveled up in rooms, but then she was on the street.
Yeah, she like took it to the next level. No, it's a very interesting dynamic between them too, like how he kind of like lets her, or how she questions him, like, why do I have to be doing this type of work and you can't, and he's like, I can't considers it.
Yeah.
He's like, talks maybe to Casper. Yeah.
And he goes to the bathroom,
and tries to like feel it out, and
he like
runs.
I'm
just washing my hands. But I was gonna say,
wild, dude.
There's the scene that really got me, now that, because you were talking about the father, was when she tells her parents that they're pregnant, and the father and her like are hugging, and at first it starts off as like a laughter, and then it just like goes into this deep cry, like both of them are
pain.
Yeah, like both of them are hugging and crying so intensely over the fact that she's pregnant. That scene just really wrecks me because you could just feel that they almost wish it was different. Like they're excited about the baby, but they want it to be brought into like a different dynamic, right?
Yeah. Plus they know they're still using.
Right.
Which I'm confused. Did they inject one last time while she was pregnant?
I don't know. Probably.
I don't know what they injected, but I was like, that's wild.
Probably though. I mean, when you're a junkie,
That's another thing I was gonna say. They show like the difference of Casper was also an addict.
Correct.
But he had money.
And was like a scientist.
And he was a scientist.
Right?
He was like a genius.
And he would like make concoctions.
Yeah.
And like come
like
home and be like,
how, like,
try this one.
This and this and that. And it shows what a high class person does when they have a drug addiction.
Right.
And then like middle class and low class. There's a shot that they're all shooting, right? And then it's like the face of Casper right here, then it's Candy, and then it's Dan.
Yes.
I feel like, and I didn't read this anywhere, but I feel like I took that as high class, middle class, low class. Like a little perspective on what we could see.
Right. It's interesting because, at the end of the day, Casper was like the first to go. No matter how much money he had.
Yeah.
But like the common story and theme and fact with heroin, right, is that you do it once and then you're like hooked.
Yeah.
So I think that this whole storyline is kind of about that, right? Like it's kind of about how what's that quote that you were saying? They kept saying, "Oh, there's no turning back."
There's no turning back.
And that's the
I
general
think that's like the main idea of
theme
the film.
with heroin, right? And yeah, with the film, but like with the drug itself,
with the actual
it's
drug.
like there is no turning back, which is like all the warning around even.
Yeah,
like,
it's rough.
Getting into it, yeah.
I can't even imagine. Like that's really scary.
I'm like, rated R film.
Yeah,
first one.
Cool. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this, which I'm really glad we are. And I mean, hopefully it's no one's getting triggered, or help is available.
Yeah, definitely.
And but it also shows like it's not a film that glamorizes, and that's what I enjoy.
Yeah,
because it's something. They show such a reality. I saw also TikToks of addicts that struggled with that same type of drug, saying how it was depicted great.
Perfectly.
Yeah, it was just
you can
like
feel it in the film.
Yeah, and I saw an interview with Heath Ledger. I read an interview with Heath Ledger for the film. It was his last film in Australia.
Yeah, I was curious if it was an Australian film because everybody in the film is like, yeah, I love that.
And it was his last one there.
So cool.
I know. Yeah. And they asked him if he had tried heroin before, because I guess some actors think like, oh, maybe like for the character or whatever. But he was like, no, that he had like smoked a joint before, and so he knows what being high is like.
Yeah,
and that he was addicted to tobacco, so he just amplified it, which he did an incredible job. I mean, yeah, both of them did.
Yeah,
I feel like the reason Abbie played Candy, if I was a casting director, I think she's perfect for it because she has such an angelic face.
Yeah, beautiful.
She's like a little girl, so it breaks your heart even more. Yeah. Not saying that like someone else wouldn't, but I'm saying
but she has like an innocence
aesthetically.
To her.
Yeah, she's so innocent. I saw another film that I really recommend you watch, Somersault.
Okay,
it's with her.
I've never seen on YouTube. Any of her other work, so
it's on YouTube. It's full. I watch it on YouTube. I watch Candy and Somersault full on YouTube.
On YouTube?
Hopefully, still free. Back in the day, it was
no way
free. Yeah,
I like rented it on Amazon or something.
Yeah, I watch it on Prime. Pluto.
I watch it on Pluto.
I watch it on Pluto
like,
TV.
What's Pluto?
Like, I don't even know if it's a legal page.
No, I'm kidding. I've seen the logo before, but that's just the way you said it was really funny.
Because I was debating in my head before saying it, Pluto or Pluto.
You're like, is that cool?
Yeah.
Pluto?
Is that cool? Because I'm going to sound like Pluto. That would have been. Anyway, incredible film, incredible acting. Soundtrack is killer.
I know.
They mention Jesus often, and they mention like the holy and the this. Not often, but I did catch that, I guess, when I read the article of that first shot of the bathtub.
Yeah,
it was wild.
That's a really interesting comparison. But it also reminds me of this painting, which I don't know the name of, but it's someone in the bathtub, someone in a bath who's also kind of like with their arm out and like sleeping or overdosing. I mean, it's a painting, so it's like a still image. Yeah. You can like interpret it in different ways. I'll send it to you,
please.
It's an old ancient painting or like old art historical painting.
Please send it to me.
And that scene also reminds me of that painting because it's just like so dark. And yeah,
I feel like there's often things in that painting that who's the one that paints lilies?
Monet.
There's a lot of like influence in that with the yellows and the orange, like in the beginning when she paints that thing of both of them.
Yeah
Sunshine Delight or something. No,
the afternoon of
something,
splendorous delight or something. Yeah.
Something
beautiful. Like that.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, it's such an artistic film. It's just incredible. I wish Heath Ledger was still alive.
I know, me too. Have you seen that video of a fan freaking out over him and he just goes in to kiss her?
Yes.
I wish I was that fan like every day. It's such a good video.
But no, I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say it. I was like, what you believe it?
Oh, no.
Look like. Anyway.
Maybe it'll happen with Timothée Chalamet.
Oh, heck. Well, he's with Kylie, though. Have you tried those cookies? The new cookies,
the crumble
thing? Yeah.
No, girl.
No.
No, girl.
I'd rather have Boza brownies. Hey, plug!
I should have brought some Boza brownies.
Oh, heck yeah. Next time you come on, we should eat them. Well,
oh my gosh, yeah, like ASMR.
Yeah.
Oh, I could do some ASMR.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
ASMR
I think brownies. I was trying to do ASMR and I speak way too low. What is it about that ASMR thing?
I love it.
I love it. Is that negative? Is like something weird? Are we like opening any door that we shouldn't?
No. Okay. What? Like, so good. I love it. Could probably be famous for it, to be honest.
I think we should try it here. We should do like a segment at the end. Lauren, come in.
Lauren's ASMR segment. I love that. That'd be so fun.
Let's talk about it after this.
Okay.
Okay, wait. I want to do a game now.
Yeah, let's do it.
We have time? I feel like
normally. Yeah. I don't have anything to. I'm going on a date later.
Excuse me? With who? Name?
Some guy named Frank.
Oh, Frank.
Shout out Frank.
Like the Amy Winehouse album.
Oh my gosh, you said something earlier that reminded me of Amy Winehouse.
What?
Oh, I think it was like love and addiction and how those relationships never work out.
Oh, Blake and never. They never work out. Like ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
And you always remind me of Amy Winehouse.
Oh, thank you. That's the biggest compliment
I know, I love
in
her.
the entire world.
Yeah.
I adore that woman. She's my bestie. And, you know. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to do movie trivia, song trivia, and some random questions.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. Let's do movie trivia.
Okay.
Okay.
Where'd you get those trivia cards?
Amazon.
I'm like, I've never seen that before.
I'll send you the link after. They better sponsor me, bro.
We can get sponsored.
This season drops May 3rd, so I'm going to hit them up after and be like, look what I'm using.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who won an Oscar for her role as Lisa Rowe in Girl Interrupted?
Oh my gosh. It's either Angelina Jolie.
You got it.
Okay.
You've seen that film, right?
Yeah. But I was going to say, because I don't remember the names, I thought
Winona
maybe
Ryder?
Winona Ryder, or who's also style inspo.
I think I forgot her name too, but I remember now Lisa. She was incredible. Love that woman. Okay. Johnny Depp makes a White Christmas for Winona Ryder in what Tim Burton film?
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
Love.
Okay.
Obsessed.
Ding, 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 ding. Who plays the vengeance-seeking bride in Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill?
Oh, man. Ooh, I don't...
Starts with a U.
Oh, Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
Uma Thurman.
Also
All
Mia
these-
Wallace.
I know. For real.
Okay, now I'm going to do song trivia. I either say the lyrics, I hum it. Don't look. I sing the lyrics, I hum it. No, I can't sing the lyrics.
Okay.
I can only read them to you or hum them.
Okay.
So the first one is, it's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. It's meeting the man of my dreams and then meeting his beautiful wife.
Sketchy.
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 You want me to hum it?
Yeah. Sketchy. No, I'm kidding.
Your face.
Wait,
No,
look, do it again.
Wait. Oh, I know which one. The chord.
Okay. Like, mm-hmm.
Starting with the. Okay. No, I can't. Okay, no.
Next. I don't know. I'm so sorry.
No, you too.
Really? I don't think so.
Okay, no, I'm get serious. Okay, I'm gonna get serious right now.
Just don't look at me.
Hector's dying. I'm singing a different.
I don't know, but I'm vibing over here.
Ironic.
No idea.
Ironic.
Ironic? Isn't it ironic?
Yes, don't you think? But I said that. I said, I'm having a
Okay, good song. Who sings that?
Alanis Morissette.
Alanis Morissette.
Oh, Jesus. I've never laughed this much.
Good. I love that.
Like in life.
I prayed for laughter on the way
you
here.
did?
I always do.
It won.
Yeah.
I mean,
it won. You won. I won the podcast.
let me tell you something. God always listens.
I know. Amen.
I love him.
Amen. I love him.
Palm Sunday.
I know. It is Palm Sunday. I have to go get poems.
Me too.
My mom got some for me though.
Oh, they always get us.
They always get. My mom's
They're
like,
the
don't
best.
worry.
I have one in the car. I have one in the house.
Everywhere.
Like going to my in-laws. Okay.
Say my name. Say my name. Say my name.
When
That's
no
all
one is around you, say,
That's,
baby, I love you.
Oh my gosh. Destiny's Child.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, girl.
And then okay, it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall.
Biggie Smalls. What's the name of that song?
Juicy.
Juicy.
And then I just do a few questions.
Fun.
Like those dinner questions. Where would you like to live someday? 1, 2, 3. Italy. I totally see you there.
Italia.
I'm going this year.
Oh my God, no way.
September.
Wait, tell me where you're going. I have Rex.
Yes.
I have Rex from north to south.
I have to look at my little
itinerary.
Yeah.
Yay, yeah, tell me.
I'm so excited. I knew I could count on you for Rex.
Yeah, girl.
How has your taste in clothes changed over the years?
A little more. Actually, it hasn't changed that much, I would say, in the past couple years. I would say like chunky, loud accessories and then like a basic outfit has been more my vibe these days. Wow. You know, Exhibit A.
Literally.
It's like
and
something
the boots.
colorful.
Love the boots.
Yeah, or like a shawl. I've been wearing a shawl recently.
What is that?
A shawl is like a crocheted little.
Like a chol.
A chol. I've been wearing a chol.
It's a shawl.
I look like a little tia with it.
I love the tia look.
I'm gonna be a tia.
I mean, you're gonna be a tia
when? July 29th.
Oh my
30th,
God.
something around there.
I'm so excited.
So
you and Nicole are gonna be like the best tias ever.
Yeah.
That little boy is so loved already.
For real.
Okay, we did this one. And the last one. What's changed most in your lifetime?
What's changed most in my lifetime? Probably like architecture, surroundings. Miami has changed so much.
So much. What is a place you miss going to that is no longer there?
Allen's Diner on
the corner
on Bird, right?
Yeah.
I passed it on the way here. Well, what used to be. Now it's like a Spanish restaurant, which is like decent. I've never been, but I used to have family breakfast there with my family,
Really?
and then they had like a little chute that would bring a plate down with like a Barney character on it, like the little Barney, and like it would bring like pancakes, like a plate of pancakes down from the top level.
Did you go there, Hector? Never.
No. Yeah.
I never went in there, period.
Allen's drugstore. And it was also a drugstore. Like it was a pharmacy.
It's iconic, like the drugs.
Yeah.
Right?
The
what was it called?
Corner. It was just it was called Allen's drugstore, but
I never got to go. So that's even more sad.
Yeah, I missed that for sure. But yeah, Miami's changed.
So much.
Everything. Every scene has changed.
You were born here, right?
Yeah, born and raised.
Family is from?
My father was born here, but he is Cuban. So Cuban, my grandparents. And then my mom is from Jersey, and we're Italian.
Fire mix.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Italian, Cuban, love to eat, motivated by food.
I know. You guys should really go. Wait, is Nicole still doing the market?
I mean, the market ended.
Oh.
But we do brownies.
Oh, but you could still like order
you can
them?
order bozabrownies.com, Instagram @bozabrownies. All year you can order brownies from us, yeah.
And your Instagram is?
My Instagram is Lauren M, as in Martha, Boza.
Yes. Okay, we'll go follow her. And I'm going to do one last activity.
Okay.
This is where little Lauren, inner child, calls you and asks for advice. And you pick whatever time that, she's calling you from, and you give her an advice.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Yeah. Ring, ring.
Ring, ring. Hello. Hey, girl. It's okay. Don't worry. No one is paying attention to your outfit, to your body, to what your hair looks like. Just go in there and rock it. Because at the end of the day, they're going to think you're cool anyway. Love you.
Oh, yay. I love her so much. And you won. Oh, my gosh, you won.
What did I win? You remind me of the Willy Wonka scene.
Yeah. Say it again.
The Willy Wonka scene.
You're joking. Wonka bar, but it's not really chocolate. It's a notebook.
No.
Yes.
Yay.
She won a life.
This is my favorite film, but I felt like I didn't want to say it like when I was texting you. Love. Thank you so much.
Maybe you come back and we talk about Willy Wonka, the original.
Yes, the
which
original.
I recently watched. I had never watched it before.
Good. When they're in the elevator.
He looks like the guy from The Bear.
Oh, yeah.
Identical.
Yes.
Anyway.
Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
I love that. Thank you.
Thank you for coming by.
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank
This
you.
is another episode of Industry of Cool. Bye.